What kind of king wears light as a garment and rides upon the storm? If creation is his robe, what does that say about his majesty and our worship? Welcome. Today, we enter the splendor and strength of "O Worship the King." This hymn was written and composed by Word, Robert Grant, composer, Johann M, Haydn in 1833, and the tune of the hymn, "LYONS." Robert Grant drew heavily from Psalm 104, a sweeping portrait of God clothing himself with light, commanding winds and waters, and caring for all he made. Here's what matters. This hymn has endured because it holds two truths at once. God is majestic beyond measure and merciful beyond telling. That tension still steadies believers today, in storms, in silence, in ordinary days. In an age loud with distraction, this hymn recenters us. It teaches worship as grateful awe, not a performance. Bottom line, it gives your soul language for both wonder and trust. The first verse opens with a call to worship the King all glorious above. O worship the King all glorious above. O gratefully sing his power and his love. Our shield and defender, the Ancient of Days, pavilioned in splendor and girded with praise. The opening lyrics speak of worship as gratitude, not mere admiration, but a thankful answer to who God is. He is our shield and defender, Psalm 18 verse 2, the Ancient of Days, echoing Daniel 7 verses 9 to 10, eternal, sovereign, unthreatened. Pavilioned in splendor, recalls Psalm 104 verses 1 to 2. God wraps himself in light. Praise is not just offered to him, it surrounds him. Start worship with thanks. Name his power you've seen and his love you've received. That combination, might and mercy, is the spine of this hymn and the spine of your hope. The second verse shifts our focus to God's might and grace, declaring, "O tell of his might and sing of his grace, whose robe is the light, whose canopy space. His chariots of wrath the deep thunderclouds form, and dark is his path on the wings of the storm." The verse shifts our focus to cosmic imagery. Light is his robe, the heavens are his tent. Psalm 104 verses 3 to 4 says, "He makes the clouds his chariot and rides on the wings of the wind." Even the storm, terrible to us, is his servant, Nahum 1 verse 3. When life turns black with thunder, the path may be dark to you, but not to him. He walks the storm. That's not poetic comfort, it's biblical reality. In crisis, pray the line behind the line. Lord of the storm, carry me on your wind. Command what I fear. The third verse lifts our eyes toward God's bountiful care, reminding us, "Your bountiful care, what tongue can recite? It breathes in the air, it shines in the light. It streams from the hills, it descends to the plain, and sweetly distills in the dew and the rain." The third verse lifts our eyes toward providence, God's quiet, constant care running through ordinary gifts. It's in the air you breathe and the light you stand under. Psalm 36 verse 9. In your light do we see light. It's in hills and fields and the gentle cadence of dew and rain. Jesus points to the same daily faithfulness in Matthew 6 verses 26 to 30. Grant doesn't rush to miracles. He names mundane mercy. Worship isn't only for mountaintop moments. It's for breakfast tables, bus stops, small mercies. Practice noticing. Keep a brief care log this week. Watch how gratitude reshapes prayer. The fourth verse crowns the hymn with a confession of trust, proclaiming, "Frail children of dust, and feeble as frail. In you do we trust, nor find you to fail. Your mercies, how tender, how firm to the end. Our Maker, Defender, Redeemer, and Friend." The fourth verse expands the vision by naming us, frail children of dust. See Genesis 2 verse 7, Psalm 103 verses 14, and 1 Peter 1:24. We are vulnerable, short-lived, easily shaken. Yet here is the confession. We trust you, and you do not fail. His mercies are tender. He meets wounds without harshness. Isaiah 42 verse 3, and firm to the end. He holds us fast. Lamentations 3 verses 22 to 23. John 10 verses 28 to 29. Then the crown of titles. Maker, Defender, Redeemer, Friend. Maker, you are wanted and willed. Psalm 139. Defender, you are kept. Psalm 121. Redeemer, you are bought back. Isaiah 43 verse 1. 1 Peter 1 verses 18 to 19. Friend, You are welcomed. John 15 verse 15, Hebrews 4 verse 16. Bottom line, majesty does not cancel nearness. In Christ, it guarantees it. Trace the movement. Majesty mastery overstorms mercy in the everyday mercy that keeps us to the end. The journey lands where every Christian hope lands. Faithful love that outlasts our frailty and ushers us toward the eternal. This is worship with a long view. I once heard of a night shift nurse who would softly hum this hymn in ICU corridors. She said verse 4 steadied her hands. Your mercies, how tender, how firm to the end. Patients changed, outcomes varied. What held was the character of God. That line became her prayer between beeps and footsteps. Your turn. Let's build each other up in the comments. When has this hymn spoken to your heart in a time of need? Which verse resonates most with your journey right now, and why? Every comment helps someone else feel less alone and spreads hope beyond this video. If this blessed you, like the video so more people find it, subscribe, and tap the bell to stay with this community. Share it with someone who needs calm in a storm. Next, we'll unpack another hymn that has carried believers through fire and fear and shows us how to sing with courage. May your heart be lifted and your spirit renewed by this song. And as you worship the King, may his tender, firm mercies keep you, now and to the end.
O worship thy King, O glorious above, and gratefully sing his wonderful love. Our shield and defender, the ancient of days, pavilion his splendor and guarded with praise. O tell of his might, O sing of his grace, who drove his delight, whose command of his space. His chariots of wrought by deep thunder glass form, and dark is his path on the wings of thy storm. Thy bountiful care, what tongue can recite? It breathes in the air, it shines in the light. It streams from the hills, it descends to thy plain, and sweetly distills in the dew and the rain. Free children of dust, and the feeble astray, indeed do we trust, nor find thee to fail. Thy mercies are tender, often to